So tell us about like the she and She Runs It, because in the last few years, right, especially in 2020, like there's been a conversation around like allies and community and conversations around it where it's like it's not only women, but others that also feel like they are, or they relate to women and what they're going through too, but they also are going through things. So how have you like evolved the organization to be inclusive of them as well?
Well, that is a really good question. And I remember when we rebranded, somebody said, well, who is she? I thought, I didn't ever think I'd be asked that question. Who is she? I thought that the answer was, she's a woman. And then I realized in this very fluid world we live in where there are people who identify as non-binary or were biologically born as women but don't identify as that anymore, we were excluding them from the conversation. So I learned through conversation with people of different ethnicities and different backgrounds that she is anyone that faces the challenges that women face. And we often say that we are for women and the men who cheer them on. So we're for the allies and the sponsors who believe that anyone who identifies as a woman deserves the support to be lifted up to achieve whatever she wants to achieve. So we're known supporting men and honoring men who support women. As a matter of fact, one of our favorite events that we host throughout the year is called She Runs It, He Gets It. And it really talks about the importance of men as allies and sponsors because so many of the leaders in our industry are white men that we have to embrace and acknowledge them as partners on our journey.
Absolutely. Do you think a part of also including them in the conversation, especially like at the Working Mother of the Year award show, there was husbands, but also peers and bosses that were there that were also male, but do you think also including them in the conversation helps them maybe understand it more? Like it's not only like you're supporting the women that you're here to, but to understand like the challenges and the plight and the things that we go through as women, and for you to hear that, hopefully you're making more conscious decisions as well to be supportive, inclusive of others, right? And not just a she.
That's one of our most favorite events, Working Mothers of the Year. So congratulations for you to be acknowledged this year.
Thank you.
And one of the nicest compliments I ever received from that event was there's a woman in our industry named Kim Kelleher who's at AMC Networks, and her dad was at the event one year, and he said to me, "You made men think today." And this is the first time you're really bringing your whole family to an award ceremony. How often does that happen in our industry?
Right.
Not very often.
No.
So when you have a parade and you're bringing your children down and your mother or your father or your peers are seeing the whole you, it's just a fabulous experience. I also noticed, though, that if you look at men in our industry who are really known for supporting women, like a Peter Naylor from Netflix is one person who's on our foundation board, what I notice is he'll tell people, get involved. Just get involved in learning about our industry, not through the lens of just your own company, but through the lens of the industries and initiatives, and be part of that larger picture.